Movement. Having some sort of daily ritualistic movement habit is sometimes more easily said than done. But nonetheless, it's one of the fundamental pillars of health, wellness, fitness, and overall longevity. And to me, the way that I was taught is that movement is medicine. And specifically, movement is preventive medicine. It's always better to try to get ahead and prevent illness or prevent breakdown ahead of time rather than waiting for the moment when something breaks to then try to rehab and try to correct the issue then. And Benjamin Franklin even said this back in the 1700s, that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So how is movement preventive medicine? Number one, we know movement strengthens the body. It strengthens the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments. It keeps our body fresh and able to carry us through our lives. What else? Movement pumps the inner body as well. It's one of the few ways that we're able to circulate, pump blood, pump nutrients, get oxygen throughout the body, and keep the inner body fresh and clean like a spring or like a stream that's flowing rather than a pond that can become stagnant. Next, movement is incredibly stimulating for the mind, especially when we're telling our body to do something novel, something that we maybe haven't done before. That just lights up the brain like crazy and keeps the mind sharp for a longer time frame. Last and most importantly to me is movement, when done correctly, the way that I want to share with you guys today, is incredibly enlivening and rejuvenating for the spirit. I've stumbled upon some new movement practices that have just made me feel like a kid again. I'm doing things that I used to do when I was 14 and 16, and I'm just having the time of my life. The problem that I see with movement is we've sucked the fun out of movement. We've turned it into another regimented routine, a gym session that we must do in order to make sure our body's not falling apart. The problem is we already have 1,001 other things that we need to do on a day-to-day basis that sacks and sucks away all of our willpower and discipline. And so at the end of the day, when it's time to move our bodies again, we just don't have the energy. When I was a personal trainer, it was a different story. My whole identity was wrapped up in movement, and it was really easy to stay consistent with it then. But about 2.5 years ago, I transitioned, and now I'm working in a hospital. I'm in a clinical setting. My identity is no longer wrapped up in fitness, still health and wellness, yes, but it's just not my top priority now, and so it's fallen off to the wayside over the last 2 years or so. But recently, over the last few months, I've found ways to reincorporate it, to reintegrate it into my life. And I want to share with you guys the 4 criteria that I believe are making that possible for me. My mission is to make movement fun again for myself and, maybe for anybody else who cares to listen. My chosen practice, as you can see behind me here, has been skateboarding. This is the new skateboard that I bought earlier this spring. And these are the scooters that I bought for my kids so that we could do these things together. Which brings me to point number 1. Proximity is power. The easier it is to start doing something, to go from sedentary to moving your body, the easier. The more steps involved in getting to the gym or whatever the case may be, packing a bag, the less likely you are, the more daunting it feels. And so for me, I can walk out the front door, grab the wheels, throw on a helmet with the kids, and we can start rolling right away. Number 2, dopamine duplicates. The sooner we get that good feeling, that dopamine molecule is that more molecule, as they call it. When it feels good like that, it makes you want to do it again. And the second that I start rolling, something happens. There's something incredible about being on wheels that just it just feels amazing. You feel like a kid again. And I'm not saying everyone needs to skateboard, but maybe there are variations of wheels that might get you back outside and get you moving again the way that I am. Number 3, progression becomes passion. Having a clear line of development, of growth, is something for me that really keeps me coming back for more. That's what keeps me coming back to Toastmasters. And certainly that's what keeps me coming back on the skateboard. I'm horrible at it right now. I've just kind of recently started to be able to ride around feeling comfortable and not worried about breaking my ankle at every turn. Last, community is king. Community is creme de la creme. And the people that you're doing the movement practice with is absolutely essential. It makes or breaks the habit. And so being able to do it with my children is one of the biggest blessings, something that I'm so grateful for, and something that keeps me coming back every day after work, excited to get back out there and to move again with my family. So in conclusion, number one, do you currently have a daily movement practice that you're engaged in every day, something that's fun for you, that you're looking forward to, or is it kind of become that daunting task where you're like, oh, I just haven't been sticking to it the way that I really know I should be? Maybe time to reconsider. Number two, does it light up that inner child, that inner kind of playful spirit within you? I think that's so key for more reasons than just having fun with it. I do think that that has physical manifestations long-term with regard to our health. And lastly, does it check any of these 4 criteria for habit development, for consistency and longevity of the practice? Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.